Okay, so then I'm going to get started. First of all, I want to welcome everyone to this FIENS Virtual Visiting Professor Program. As you know, FIENS is an organization dedicated to education, neurological surgery, and the Virtual Visiting Professor Program has been a very important avenue for us to continue education seamlessly worldwide. We have been able to have a format which has covered a wide variety of topics. And our format is that one of our fellows, one of our FIENS fellows, these are young faculty or senior registrars in training that are funded by FIENS, will moderate. And this gives them an opportunity to interact with some real luminaries throughout the world of neurosurgery. This is no different today when we have the tremendous honor of having the very president of the foundation of the World Federation of Neurological Surgery speaking to us today about the vision of the future. This is a hugely important topic. Our format will be that our fellow will moderate and introduce the speaker. The speaker will speak for approximately 20 or 30 minutes, and then we'll use the remainder of the hour for questions. We encourage you to put your questions in the chat, and our moderator will draw from them the questions to draw out the issues of this time. It is a wonderful format, and we thank you all for being here today. And I'd like to start by asking our moderator, Hiba Maghrabi from Cairo, to please introduce our guest speaker, please.
Thank you, Dr. Dempsey, for this introduction. I would like at first to thank the FIENS and thank Dr. Dempsey for this opportunity. I've had the honor to be a fellow at the UW and be a part of the family of the neurosurgery department for the past 3 months. So thank you, everybody. And I would like to thank Dr. Hannah. He's my mentor. I'm greatly and deeply indebted to him. Today, I had the honor again to introduce our speaker. She's an outstanding neurosurgeon, Professor Dr. Najia El Abbadi. She's known for her expertise in complex neurosurgical procedures, her approaches to patients' care, especially in vascular, functional neurosurgery, as well as the skull-base surgery. She's the head of neurosurgery department at Cheikh Zaid International University Hospital, the chairman of surgery department and the director of Stereotactic brain surgery at Abulcasis International University of Health Science at Rabat. She's the founder. She was the past president, and now the honorary president of the Mediterranean Association of Neurosurgery. She's the past president of the Moroccan Society of Neurosurgery and the Pan-Arab Society of Neurological Surgeon. Now she has become the president of the World Federation of Neurological Societies after 2 terms of being assistant treasurer. Please, everybody, welcome Dr. Najia El Abbadi. Thank you, Dr. Najia, for joining us today.
So thank you very much, Hiba. First, my dear colleague and dear friend, it's with the immense pleasure and honor for you for your trust and invaluable support in electing me as a president-elect. And now, after almost half of my first year of presidency, I think it was necessary to make some changes by the Administrative Council. We are set to work hard from its difficult situations. Thank you for your Professor Dempsey and Hiba and all the team to give me the opportunity to serve you. First, it's a big honor to be as invited speaker to this wonderful team and this also spectacular, of course, foundation of FIENS. Allow me to thank especially my friend Rachel for, Robert, for the huge job that he done and he continue to doing for young African neurosurgeon. And it is always great pleasure to meet you again, even if virtually. So maybe thank you, Dr. Hiba, for your kind word, and I hope that you will be in the next in the few years at least chairman or co-chairman, or maybe in the among the administrative council. Why not? Because I am trusting in the diversity, and I think with my election today is one of the things that proving that diversity today exist. So just for show you where is Morocco, because I think I know that the African people knows very well Morocco, but we had here I'm sure other people from Asia, from Latin America, or Europe and USA. So as you know, Morocco is located in the north of Africa, between the conjunction of the Mediterranean Sea and in the top, and the Atlantic Ocean, and which count more than 35 million inhabitants. And they put the map. This map is taken by night, by flight, and we can compare it to the neurosurgery. When you see the light, it means is a country with high income, so the neurosurgery is very good. But when you see not enough light, it means that this neurosurgery, it's a need. In Africa, for example, you have some light in the north and in the south. This is all the countries.
Najia, I don't think we're seeing your slides. Are you sharing? Yeah, we've not been able to see the slides yet.
You see it or not?
We do not.
Not?
No, Dr. Najia, are you sharing your screen?
Yes, of course.
It's not apparent here.
Maybe unshare it and then share again, because permissions are available here. So just maybe unshare it and then share it again.
Okay, this is what I will do. Okay, I will stop the sharing, and then I will share it again. Okay. Here.
It is beginning to work.
No, I'm just
Yeah, Dr. Najia, we can see your screen now.
okay.
We are not in slide view yet, but we can see your screen.
My screen, it's okay. Where is it? Where is it? How come? What happened? Okay, I will do that like this. Okay.
In the bottom right-hand corner, there might be a little.
Yeah, I will. Okay. This is here. And now?
Yes, looks good.
Good.
Now we are fine. Perfect.
Fantastic.
Okay. Just put this here and put this here. Is it?
It looks very good. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so I think I will not starting for the first. I just thanking again Professor Dempsey, Hiba, and our co-animators for that first for their kind invitation, and give me the opportunity to be very close to the young neurosurgeon around the world. Thank you so much for this invitation and this opportunity. I think it's a first big honor to be invited as speaker to this wonderful team. And allow me to thank especially my friend, Professor Dempsey, for the huge job that he's done and continue to doing for young African neurosurgeon. And it's always great pleasure to meet you again, even virtually. So my talk today is about the vision of WFNS beyond 2024. Oh, what's happened? Okay. I don't know what it's okay. You see my screen?
It's good.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it's
looks
good.
quite good.
Yes, Dr. Najia, yes.
Okay, so this is just for thanking again Dr. Hiba Midhat and for the kind words that you said that you mentioned, and I hope that you are in the future be one of the of course the leaders. I'm sure that and I believe and I'm convinced that you will be one of the leaders.
Thank you.
So let me just share with you my country, because I know that African people knows very well Morocco, but maybe there is another neurosurgeon from around the world. Morocco is located in the North Africa between between the conjunction of the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Oceans, and which count more than 5 million inhabitants. And this map that you see here, you see the map, it's I take it by flight by night. And you see when there is a light, it means there is high income countries. And it means also that the neurosurgery is very good in these places. But when you see, for example, Africa, there is not enough light, especially in the central west and the west and the east. But there is some light in the north and the south of Africa, because the neurosurgery is better now than 10 years or 20 years. So this is my beautiful city, Rabat. First of all, I will show you the city because it's a mixture of different cultures and different dynasties. The last dynasty is Al Alawi. It's one of the 5 imperial cities, and I hope really from my heart that you can join us in this year, maybe when we will sign one agreement. Then I will tell you about it. This is my university and my hospital. You see here the hospital is the name is International University Sheikh Zaid Hospital, where I work. It comes along beside the hospital of the Sheikh Zaid Foundation, more than 400 beds with all the specialties. And you see here the university, and this is also the entrance of the hospital. My department is, I don't want to give you a lot of things about my department and etc. This is my OR with which is well equipped, and this is the university, the hospital. The two photography here is the hospital. So. Our activity is 60% of cranial neurosurgery and 40% of spine neurosurgeons. And we have also a lot of partnership and cooperation with many hospitals. For example, Mount Sinai of New York, with Isabelle Germano, and also the University of Illinois, Chicago, with Fodi Charbel, the foundation of Fujita Foundation Health with the Yuko Kato, and CANS, of course, our main continental society. And you see here the list of all the partners that we had in France, in Dubai, in USA, etc., etc. And this is I like this photography because she's student on 5 years. She was coming from Costa Rica. She spent with us 6 months, and then she coming back. I hope that she will. She told us that she was very happy, and it was very interesting. And we have this program of the exchange of the student. Between all these partners, and sometimes also we can have other partners. I don't know what my okay. So I will go to my conference really, and my dear friend, thank you again for the big honor today to give the opportunity to share with you my vision of the WFNS, and my talk today is WFNS Beyond 2024. In Chinese, a crisis is written in 2 words. The first one means dangers. The second means opportunities. I believe that danger is behind us, and that. Why I told you it's behind us? Can you? I'm sure that you remember the last 3 years between 2021 to 2023. We had a major catastrophe is the COVID. So this is the crisis is behind us, and of course, after any crisis, today we will have the opportunities. This is the 2 word Chinese word, and the opportunities to be exemplary, the opportunities to strengthen our neurosurgical community and its ability to weather hardships. Their colleague from all over the world, let's show solidarity, patience, and resilience. This is 3 characteristics that the neurosurgeons and all the community of neurosurgery needs to have. And I believe that the WFNS need to improve its governance with putting in function a participatory management in an environment of cohesion and unity. This is very important in the future. And we need this environment to work for one mission. As an administration, our mission is to have a stronger federation that could bridge the gap in neurosurgical care, and to have an inner collaboration of all members for better education and practice in neurosurgery around the world. So for this, we fixed 3 main goals: create more opportunities for training and fellowships, as Hiba, for example, doing this year. Improving the financial resources of WFNS is very important. We need to work, all of us, for fundraising for our young neurosurgeons. And finally, and we develop neurosurgical care in countries in need. That means in LMIC. So to achieve our final goal, we will follow, consolidate, and develop WFNS programs. As an administrations, we need to be creative. I belong to LMIC personally. Many of you belong and work in LMIC. We understand even more that we need to be creative and proactive. We will create new sponsored opportunities for basic training in neurosurgery and a fellowship for neurosurgeon from LMIC by increasing the fundraising possibilities through new international partnerships. So it is obvious that I am not an English native speaking. Be sure I do not pretend. I'm not a woman of words. I believe in work, in actions. Action speaks louder than words. Fundraising is daily work for WFNS president and WFNS administration. During my 2 years as the president-elect, I was seeking for funds to reach these goals, and I'm happy today to announce you that I had a preliminary agreement when I was president-elect with the Moroccan government to sponsor with $101,000 years training of young African neurosurgeon. This agreement will be signed and started soon between WFNS and Moroccan government. And this like this, and this of course agreement and this donation will allow to double the capacity of training of WFNS Rabat Reference Center that you know very well, because it was one of the first which is launched by the WFNS with Professor Khamlish and Professor Majid Sami. And I'm very happy if we can, of course, create more and more centers like this in the different part of the world. And this is my action during the 1 year and a half is to create more strong centers and sustainable in term. Okay, to train qualified neurosurgeons in less time and reduce the lack of neurosurgeons in many LMIC countries. This is our goal as and our goal as not as president only, but all the administrative council working hard for that. This is not enough. I know, because there is not only Africa, there is Latin America and Asia. Our synergy in action is mandatory. We will share the experience with other reference centers and governmental institutions to help their citizens, support different centers program for training around the world, and establish a sustainability program of neurosurgical training. So a federation with resource can invest more in developing neurosurgery. This is why we need to diversify the income of the WFNS. You know, today, the income of the revenue of the WFNS is just two things. It's the memberships fees which is paid by the different societies. And the second thing is, of course, the World Congress, the World Congress, of course. So I think we need not to stop our fundraising with only these two revenue. It's not enough. We need to mobilize existing resources by increasing members and donations and rationalize our expenses. We did it, you remember, when I was president-elect, we changed our central office, and now we are, you know, the expenses less than before. Even I was not against, no, but I was against the manner that we have to do it. But today there is no problem. I think the problem it's solved. And we need to think outside the box and create special programs allowing to firms, governments, and international institutions to join this global movement to neurosurgical care of all. I am in the same time expert of the UNESCO, for example, and I just joined them for 1 year. And I am working on this to have some donation from the UNESCO, even if this is not their goal. But I am the expert of neurosciences. This is why in this way I am asking them for having some donation for the WFNS, and I think we will have our next meeting in August. I hope that I can succeed to have some money. Oops. Okay, we have to develop neurosurgical care in countries in need. This is these sentences. We need our neurosurgeon and as leader, we have to repeat it many times in every day. The 5 million human beings per year is waiting for us to help. Are we ready to help? Are we ready to do our mission? This is the question that we need to ask ourselves. It is good to teach neurosurgery, but it is better to establish or help to establish a new department of neurosurgery. This is very important. If we train in neurosurgeon and coming back to their country, they are be able to establish a new department of neurosurgery. This is the only way if we want to develop neurosurgery around the world. So providing equipment, this is one of the big problem that we have in the WFNS, and also transfer of the experience to local teams. I know, as Professor Dempsey did in Africa, very, very good job. And I think there is many teams from Europe, from USA, working in some countries in need to help them. But we need the help not for 1 week or 2 weeks. We need to transfer the knowledge for all the time. And this is why I am, emphasize this point. So we are all volunteers, and many of us are trying their best to help. But it is a matter of synergy of our actions. This is why I propose a global consensus for education and the training in neurosurgery. This global consensus will have as goal to strengthen the educational activities such as international courses, support new technology for sharing knowledge. Learning on simulation is very important because we saw what happened during the COVID, and learning on simulation and hands-on on workshops. Now it's possible to do it. We need people and more people to do it, and increasing the number of local training program and reference centers around the world. So, and how we are going to do that? We will have to support the WFNS Foundation. The Education and Training Committee and many other ad hoc committees will develop a full package program with clear goals and tools to be duplicated and adapted to different centers. Many of us is specialized neurosurgeon, members of very active, dedicated societies. We need to collaborate to all society, non-members of our federation, but that are ready to help and develop neurosurgical care where it is needed. There is a disparity in the educations and training between high income and low and middle income countries. It's very, very important. And I know that they start for many times, but we need more and more to bring this the gap. And two different parts of the world will help to understand what is really happening in LMIC, but and the high income country, and transfer the experience and knowledge, but by high income country and LMIC. So this is the only way that we turn this dream to reality, to have one word with one neurosurgery, not multiple neurosurgery. It's not possible. Okay, I believe in a global neurosurgery for all continents. This is very important. We cannot help one continent and let another without helping. my laptop is okay. We also need to help for all nations. Okay, and for a best neurosurgical care for all human beings. It's very important. And okay, and I believe that together, and this is, I think, my conclusion before, I believe that together we will succeed. So are you ready to join me, to join us for working hard for changing this specialty in the world? I think everybody, every one of us can help in these programs. And this is one of the, I received it, I think 2 years ago through WhatsApp. And I really, I found it fantastic, fantastic photo with some words. Neurosurgery is not just for one day, working for one day. It's but for working for every day. But for do it, we need to be strong. We need to be independent. We need to be bold, and we need to be passionate. Thank you so much for your attention. And shukran. I hope that yes, I take 22 minutes. It's okay.
It is wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Najia, for this important topic and for your inspiring words. We only till now have one question. Please, everybody, feel free to write your question at the chat. Till now, we have a question. He's asking about the opportunity. Is it only for the African neurosurgeon or for the low-income and middle-income countries as well?
Yeah, this is a good question, and really for answering, I need to tell you what happened first. We had in Morocco a program with different countries in Africa. You know, because we are African, and we first, Professor Dempsey, remember when they launched the first center of training of young African neurosurgeon. I tried to have this amount, this donation for the world. But the problem is more difficult because we need also some, and we are. I am with my government working to have, for example, in Asia and Latin America from Colombia and Asia from Philippines, to have the same program. I hope that in the future we will. Near future to succeed to do that, because it's a little bit difficult. It's politically difficult to have this money for all the others continent. This is why this it's exclusively for young African neurosurgeon. Sorry for the others, but I am working for the others continent for having the same program.
If I could say as well, that in this way, the collaboration of such important organizations is key. FIENS has been very active in the Americas and in Asia, and to a lesser extent in Eastern Europe. And indeed, the FIENS fellowships have been available to Asians, Americans, South Americans, Central Americans, Eastern Europeans, and Africans. The greatest need is in Africa, but there's need everywhere. And the lessons learned in the African programs are being translated. Right now, for example, we are building a similar center in Bolivia for the South American countries of Peru, Bolivia, Uruguay, Paraguay, that really need these educational institutes, and hope to duplicate similar in Southeast Asia we find the world is a tumultuous place, and attempts to establish programs like we did in Miramar may be upset by war. And we are now looking at Vietnam for such a center. But that's one of the things that the world is full of 2 steps forward and 1 step back often, but we keep persisting. And I think that's one of the things that you have shown so very well in your career, as far as the passion and persistence toward these problems.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Doctor. I think there is a
Yeah,
question.
we have another question. It's about the equipment transfer to the low and middle income countries. Is it could be moderated by any means by the WFNS?
Yes, this is a big questions and very important questions, because when they start, for example, the first sentences, because there are at least now 10 or more than 10. We have one in Recife. When we have in just for in Africa, we have now 4. One in Senegal, one in Zimbabwe, and another with in Kenya with Professor Qureshi, and in Asia, I think there is one in I don't remember which one, in India, but it's a little bit different because it's not really central. This is like foundation, where there is many neurosurgeon in this foundation, and you know that the chairman of the foundation of the WFNS is Dr. Misrash. He did a lot, honestly, for the foundation, because when they organize, for example, some regionals or continentals society meetings, they always they send the benefit to the WFNS. This is one of the things to have money for, for buying or for helping the young neurosurgeon in the LMIC to to have a drill, to have set of instrumentation, cranial, spinal, for have an endoscope, for example, or microscope Zeiss. So till 2 terms ago, there is, for example, Zeiss usually give 2-3 microscope, basic microscope of Zeiss, also the endoscope and the drill. But this year in Prague, we had a meeting with the foundation, and we find some people from India, or from also China. They can just sponsoring some drills, for example. Each drills is cost, at least it depends on the marks, but it depends on it's about 40,000 dollar, but this company are able today to give us, for example, drill or endoscopy for only 3 or 4,000 dollar. This is a manner to help, because before I told you there is not only Zeiss, but only Esculap also give many set of instrumentation for cranial or spine. But now with the what happened in the world, this crisis is social and financial crisis is the most of the company are not able to to sponsor this material 100%, but they will help in the future. I hope that I answered. But normally, all the neurosurgeons who are training in some centers or having the scholarship from WFLS, They need, of course, it's when we launched the centers, they need at least one set of instrumentation for cranial and for spine before coming after coming their home, because training neurosurgeon and without any help, it means tools. It doesn't mean anything, nothing. This is why this program, it means not only the training in their country, in their continent for avoiding the brain drain, but also to help them to start at least with the basic neurosurgery. And then there are some others also, as I told you, many others program to provide these people with others instrument like endoscope, like microscope or drill.
Actually, a lot of people actually were very interested and asking about the equipment transfer. So thank you for covering that. We have another question about the age limit and the qualification required for the fellowships.
For the fellowships,
Yeah.
fellowships is different of scholarships. It's different because the scholarships, you have just to be the physician, and you have, of course, one people from your chief of department or chief of your hospital, and some people that it's mandatory before to be, of course, registered in the faculties. This is for the scholarship. And then you have, of course, you send all to these people to the center, and the center, reference center, send it to foundation, and then they have their money directly. Or if there is some foundation, for example, in Rabat, we have a foundation in the same center, and they send money there, and they can do give it to them each month. It's better for them to, I think. But in the future, I think we will send the money to each neurosurgeons. For fellowship, this is different because maybe Professor Dempsey can answer better than me, because the problem with the fellowship, it's when you are neurosurgeon, okay, and then we want to have a fellowship in the high income country. There is many, of course, like FIENS, like another program in Harvard School, and many others in Europe also. But it's still very few. This is, we need to to speak with our friends from the high income country to help in this way, to having some giving some fellowship. But the problem is, as a fellowship, you cannot be as you are as observer. If you want to work, you have to there another exam and etc. And this is why I think people when they launch these centers, it's for example, I will give just the example of Africa. In Africa, 18 years ago, there is at least more than 12 people per country with 0 neurosurgeon. Can you imagine that? 0 neurosurgeon. Today, there is no country with 0 neurosurgeon. And this year in Cape Town, I don't know if you are there, I think we had more than 10 countries from Africa becoming a full member of the WFNS. It means they have more than 20 neurosurgeons. This is a good, and this example we need. This is why I am working with my friend in the administrative council to, you know, to develop it in Asia and in Latin America. And Latin America, it start now with the president-elect Luis Borba. But for Asia, we need to Yuko Kato. She did a lot because she helped for every year for attending the World Congress. She organized many workshops. I remember, for example, in Morocco, she organized more than 5 and give some neurosurgeons some you know, tools. I think we need to this initiative will be should be initiated by us, by neurosurgeons, not only by WFNS, but all the neurosurgeons. You can have this possibility to do it. But as WFNS, we cannot do everything. We do our best. We are doing more than our best. But I think this is to have more fellowship and also about the tools. It's the responsibility of all neurosurgeon leaders.
Yeah, I think that is wonderfully well
Thank you,
put.
Dr. Najia. We have another. Sorry.
He was just say, we have 5.5 billion people to care for. No one organization will do that. No one aspect of this plan will do that. But there's so many components of the plan or the vision that was portrayed here today that we need to reinforce. First, in areas where there are none, we need to train the first person. And there, the centers, such as the wonderful one in Rabat, are invaluable. But then that person needs to be supported in their own country. And organizations like FIENS can be very important for that, especially with the concept of twinning high income with low and middle income country programs so that they will develop around that new champion trained in Rabat or one of the other centers to develop a training program in their own country, which therefore means they must have equipment, which will be mutually supplied, education of residents bi-directionally, and continuing education where the fellowships play a role. So none of them are in isolation. All of them move forward toward the goal of self-sustaining training programs so that the people in the low and middle income countries care for their own, perhaps with assistance or curriculums, etc. But never should it be a program from outside, which is introduced, but rather something that grows from the area of the patients, and the patients are cared for their own. These are these very successful programs. And when you think of it that way, you see how each component plays a role, and none of them are in isolation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. You are right, Professor Dempsey. I will give you. I think I give you a lot of example from Africa, but I will give you another example in Brazil. You know, the honorary president Heldo Azevedo. He was one of the second, I think, center. Not I think, I'm sure, the second center for training for young neurosurgeon. And then they have another, this trainee in this center, you know, develop another type, second type of centers in Brazil, and one in Costa Rica, I think. And this is the same also in Africa. We have a lot of people from which were training in Morocco, and then they did the same centers in, for example, in Nigeria. There is one 10 neurosurgeons who are now practicing, and they have their own department, and we have many you know, exchange between them and us, and of course they can come for the fellowship for Gamma Knife, for some subspecialty. But the problem for going to Europe or USA, I think, you know, the problem is one of the problem is the visa. and the visa is not easy to to obtain it in these cases. There is another question.
Yeah, there is a lot of questions.
Yeah.
First of all, there is a question about the neuro intervention. Like it's like slipping from neurosurgeons. So, what do you have to say about that? Do you have any comment about the neuro intervention?
Neuro interventions
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
innovation.
Endovascular, endovascular.
Endovascular.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, endovascular. I think in the future, the best thing that we have to do, and I think it's now it's doing everywhere, if to had to train the neurosurgeon, the hybrid neurosurgeon. It means he can operate the aneurysms or AVM, and he can also embolize the aneurysm, and this is, I think it's the best thing. Why? Because today I will give you, for example, this is it happened everywhere in the world, but I will give you, for example, my experience in my department. I have only one endovascular. Of course, we are more than 4 or 5 neurosurgeons. And the problem that some neurosurgeons from other cities, they have no neuro endovascular in their team, and they send directly the patient to the neuroradiologist. I was very, very upset in the beginning, and I told them during any meetings, no, you have to send it to the neurosurgeon first. And this is a multidisciplinary team that they have take care of these patients. And I think we can now we have more and more neurosurgeons which are mastering the surgery and the endovascular. And this is, I think, in the future. This is the future of the vascular disease.
You are absolutely correct. I'm actually lecturing in Bolivia next month on this topic. I believe strongly that people practice what they are taught. Therefore, and this is the future of a large number of care in neurosurgery, is that these new techniques, which will be cheaper in the end, to approach the brain, including functional neurosurgery, where we will generate proteins, etc., and deliver them endovascularly to the thalamus, as opposed to just electric shocks. Therefore, we are obliged to train neurosurgeons worldwide in these techniques because they are very much the future. They're techniques, they're not revolutionary, but they're essential for our future. And so we are obliged to modify our training to that and make sure that the equipment is available at the major referral centers within the low and middle income countries, which we have to build.
Yeah, completely agree with you, Dr. Dempsey, because the problem also is the cost. You are right. The cost, when you operate an aneurysm, for example, I can give you the price in Morocco. It about $5,000. But if you have to to embolize him, oh my God, it's at least $15,000. It's so much. It's
yes,
so
but
much.
you understand that cost is artificial, and we can change that as we streamline the disposables and identify equipment in major centers. I believe it will be cheaper, and it will be in the next decade.
We hope, because till now it's not easy, because I think because there is not enough company interested by the coils, etc. I think this is why the price is still very expensive. I hope in the future there is more company interested in this, and we will reduce the price of this. And there is another thing also is the patient. Also, the patient, when you told him, he is one of the in plenty of the multidisciplinary teams. He had to give his of course his acceptance for a surgery or a embolization, and some of them, even you told them that you have more complication with embolization, and also with the embolization we need to have every year or 2 years arterial angiogram. This is true because till now we cannot tell. I operate, for example, many at least 20 aneurysms, embolize it, and after that they're rebleeding, and the operation was more difficult. You can clip it, but cut it, the coils is not easy. So, but the patient told you, no, even the complication with the surgery is less than embolization. I don't want to the surgeon open my my head. This is true. I had many people like this tell me, no. I go to the embolization because it's they didn't open my heart. Yes,
We still have a lot of questions. Everybody's interested, and we're running out of time. But one last question. You were the part of the humanitarian missions in Cambodia and Congo for over 9 years. So many are asking about like Guinea-Bissau, Ethiopia. They don't have like enough neurosurgeons. Do you have any plan for that?
Yes, I did that really when I was 30, 35, 40, and I did it because I had the chance to know La Chaîne de l'Espoir, a hop of chain. It's La Chaîne de l'Espoir. It was a organization, a non-governmental organization in Paris, and they start with the operating child with heart disease, and then we continue with the neurosurgical for children. But when we were there, you see people, adults with huge meningioma, huge this. Finally, we did child and adult. I did the same. We did the same in the Congo. But the La Chaîne de l'Espoir, it's his name in French, because when we translate, it's not the same. And they did a lot. And now I think in neurosurgery in Cambodia, we have one neurosurgeon who he was in this organization. He was now installed there and operate there and consulting people. And also, don't forget that the number of neurosurgeons in Cambodia now, I think it's maybe it's almost 20 neurosurgeons. And this is but Ethiopia, for example, I saw in the chat one from Gail Rousseau, from Gail Rousseau, congratulating Professor Dempsey and myself and you. And I know that she is working hard with the G4 Alliance, and also with the she had a foundation in Washington, which the name of this foundation, and she did a lot in Ethiopia and in Tanzania. I know that she when we are in when we are in the WFNS in Chicago, she wasn't in Chicago, she was in Tanzania, for example, and she did that. She with her organization. Sorry, I didn't. I forget the name of this organization. It's in Washington. Maybe Robert, you know the name of this organization that
You
Gal.
may be speaking of the folate one. I'm not sure which you mean.
I will. I don't remember. Really, I don't remember the name. But she did a lot in Africa, in Ethiopia, in Tanzania, especially.
Very good. Very good. I want to thank all of our participants, especially the audience, and the audience which will view this into the future. This has been a wonderful, wonderful presentation and discussion. We can't thank you enough for all the wonderful work you've done all these years and continue to do, and how you are focusing the vision of the WFNS towards the areas of need, towards the energy and passion that you spoke about. This is just wonderful. It's enriched this series of visiting professors, and we can't thank you enough for your participation today. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for your invitation, and I hope that I try at least during my term to resolve some problem, because we cannot resolve everything, because we know how much the neurosurgery is demanding, and the number of the population who needs neurosurgery, as I show you, it's huge. So we are doing our best with all the administrative council to to reach everybody in need of neurosurgery as much as possible. But I know it's not easy as a task. But we did
But what you are doing is energizing the next generation of young neurosurgeons to carry on this work and give them a roadmap for it. For that, we thank you. We thank everyone. This series of virtual visiting professors will continue. And next month, Anil Nanda and myself will be discussing the new book on global neurosurgery, Reflections on a Life in the Field. We thank all of you for participating today, and we wish you the very best in this invaluable work. Thank you once again.
Thank you. I will be there the next month, because Anil Nanda, he is now the editor-in-chief of our the WFNS journal.
Yes, he is wonderful.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
See you soon. Bye.